Hello everybody, welcome back to another amazing video like this one. If you guys are new, please subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, comments down below, and don't forget to hit that post notification bell. That way you guys are updated of my newest video like this one. Now in today's video, as you all can tell by the title what we are doing, basically I'm going to go over with you guys how I started my landscaping and snow removal business. At the age I was and how far I've gotten, being the age of 17 years old now, somewhat being successful. So let's get right into it. So basically how I started, I was about 13 years old. I was all like, I need to think of some way how to make some money, some cash flow, as well as I wanted to work. So that's what I did. I kept searching and searching and searching until I found this Mat-Su Teens for Hire group. I was like, this is interesting. So I checked it out. I answered their questions, answered their rules to make sure I can get in. So that's what I did, and they let me in. And of course, I learned all their templates and how to do all that. And I ended up making posts. And what I was actually offering was landscaping, which was yard work at the time, and snow removal, and odd jobs, and cleaning. Now let me tell you guys, I did this until I was about like 14, 15 years old when I just said, oh heck, we're just gonna do yard work, because I ended up falling in love with that besides the odd jobs, which I eventually just switched out of that one and the other stuff eventually, but they were a little bit more slower. So I ended up doing my own thing until I was about 15 years old. And that's when I met this guy, which is my ex-business partner. His name was Ben. We got signed up basically together doing a job, which was from this local Mat-Su Teens for Hire. I hired about 3 people to do some dirt work on her property. So that's what we did. We got really long. We got really long, close to each other, basically. And we decided, hey, let's exchange phone numbers. Maybe we could get another job together. And so that's what we did. We got another job together, and eventually we decided, hey, what would you think about making a business together? And I said, that sounds like it would be fun. And so that's what we did. And at that time I was still 15 years old, had no license or anything, basically no equipment too. So the whole entire time my mom had to drive me too. From job to job to job to job. Or it was my sister. But anyways, from the part of that, the Mat-Su Teens for Hire group eventually helped us, talk to us over the phone about setting up our page and our business and how we were going to do it. And all went well with that. And we got jobs, lots of jobs, and did all sorts of things, which was really well until a point where communication was going bad. We were basically only getting paid $10 an hour each, which is not that well. Back when I was just working by myself, doing my own thing, I was like making $15 an hour, mind you. So after that happened, once the stuff was boiling up and whatnot, Ben decided to leave the business. He decided that the money wasn't reliable, which of course it wasn't going to be reliable because we were just starting. It wasn't really reliable at that time. So, which I can kind of understand from his point, because, you know, if he has bills or whatnot he needs to pay or something like that. But who knows if he had that. Anyways, he decided to quit the business and he went to go work for Wendy's. So after that happened, I talked with Mat-Su Teens for Hire and him, and I took over the business page, which, fun fact, the old name used to be Brilliant Alaska Lawn Care. Now it's Brilliant Alaska LLC under me. So basically, once I took it over, the business, I was still in my mom's car or my sister's car. They were transporting me to every single job. And then boom, out of nowhere, I exploded. I was basically the top rated person in Matsu Teens for Hire with 5 stars, even 5 stars on my Facebook page. And then my wages went from like $20 an hour to $25. That's when people started to get a little bit stingy in that group. And then eventually, once I went to $30 an hour, they just decided to not hire me anymore because they said, well, that's too expensive and he's not experienced, when I had so much yard work experience from that time. Which, by the way, this is now like 16, 17. I had my license, and I also did have, eventually, since I got lots of work done, I got a Mazda CX-7, and I had a Toro 21-inch push mower with a small little curved shaft of a weed whacker with a little handheld leaf blower and maybe a little bit of tiny tools. I can't remember that. But anyways, I worked with that for quite a bit and ended up growing so much because once I got to $30 an hour, as I was telling you guys, no one was hiring me from the page anymore, which since that was happening, I was all like, screw this, I'm not getting any money from the group. So I just decided to go ahead and put myself on Google Maps. So that's what I did. I put myself on Google Maps, and boom, again, I grew even more. Rated 5 stars there. Facebook, oh, and also Instagram, but that doesn't really count because there's no reviews on there or whatnot. But yeah, that's how much I grew, and eventually upgraded into a truck, which shout out to Mom for helping me for that. And once I got this truck, it was a nice Dodge Ram 1500 and it had good mileage on it, 95,000 miles, and not very much body damage at all, and didn't have so much of a clean interior. Well, actually, no, it did have a very clean interior, all leather seats and whatnot. But besides the point, the truck was great. And once I got that truck, it was game time. I got me a trailer. I upgraded my lawnmowers to a Toro 30-inch push mower, which eventually did not work out because it kept breaking down because of the belts. So eventually I was all like, screw this, I'm gonna get a Husqvarna 54-inch riding mower, which is well worth the $5,000. By the way, those Toro push mowers are like $1,000 each. So eventually I ended up selling my first push mower, and then I'm trying to sell my two 30-inch push mowers, which are not great anymore. And I think I'm gonna keep my Husqvarna 54-inch riding mower because that's a real time saver. But yeah, anyways, then I upgraded my weed whacker and got a heavy duty one and got a professional Mark II Husqvarna weed whacker. Both of them were Husqvarna, but I ended up giving, I think I either threw away my first weed whacker or I gave it away. So that's that. And yeah, now I'm doing more successful than ever, I'm pretty sure, being only 17. And actually not too long ago, in March time, I became official and got my license for the LLC, as well as I got insurance now. Not too long ago, actually. I can actually show y'all when I got it, but yeah, it was March 19th, 2025 is when I got my official license, which wasn't too long ago, honestly. But anyways, yeah, this is to show how much growth I've had in the couple of years that I've had of experience and how much potential you guys can have too, owning your own landscaping and snow removal business. Also, on the other part too, for snow removal, literally all I had was shovels until also I did get the truck, and I did have a snow blower that I upgraded to, and with like little ice picks, but that wasn't really much of a use because no one was calling me to chip their ice mainly, except that one big snowfall that we had with all that stuff here in Alaska. But anyways, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video and how far I've came. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions on what you guys want next for the next video. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.